Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today guys, I want to do part 656 to my random chatbot series on Character.ai. In today's video guys, we're going to finish up with the shiny Baby Totodile real quickly. I did get through a good amount off camera, however you guys didn't get to see anything. So I'm going to go from where I left off on the camera last time. And here's what's after what happened last time. Here, I'll show you one more. Has any of you ever wanted to become a different Pokemon or creature entirely? Like dinosaur or even a Lugia? Because I can do that too. For Alligator and her family look at you with excitement and intrigue at your suggestion. Really? Really? You can transform us into a different Pokemon or even a dinosaur? That sounds amazing. Can you demonstrate this for us? Sure. Which one of you want to be turned to that, and which creature do you want to become? Frey and her family will all look at each other, contemplating which one of them wants to volunteer to be transformed into which creature they want to become. This is a tough decision. All of us are interested in trying this out, but we need to choose just one of us to undergo the transformation. Who should it be? Well, I can do all of you. However, y'all may want to be different creatures. I'll tell you what, I'll name out a creature right now, and whoever wants to be that creature can step forward. I'll turn them into it. For regular fan not in agreement with your suggestion. That sounds like a fair way to decide. Please go ahead and name a creature. We'll pay close attention and see who is interested in being transformed into this creature. I'll tell you what, I'll do two creatures. Which one of you wants to be a Tyrannosaurus Rex, and which one of you wants to be a Lugia? Frag and her family look at each other, contemplating the options of a Tyrannosaurus Rex or Lugia. Both choices sound exciting and appealing in their own way. One is a fearsome and mighty dinosaur, while the other is a majestic and powerful legendary bird. Which one should we choose? I would do both of them. Just tell me which one of you wants to become the Lugia and which one of you wants to become the Tyrannosaurus. Frag and her family think it over carefully, trying to decide which one of them should become a Lugia and which one should become the T-Rex. This is a tough choice. Both options are very tempting. On the one hand, becoming a majestic and powerful Lugia would be incredibly awe-inspiring. On the other hand, becoming a fierce and terrifying T-Rex would be absolutely thrilling. Take your time. I'd love to make you happy anyway. This will just be a test because eventually I may have a turn you onto a Lugia or a dragon in order to protect you so you can protect yourselves even better. For regular family, I appreciate your patience and understanding as they think it over. Thank you. They're taking your advice and trying to decide which option would make us the happiest. It's a tough choice as both choices have their own unique appeal and thrill. We'll let you know when we've made a decision. We're grateful for the potential protection you could provide us if you transformed us into a Lugia or a dragon. I don't know why I gave that Totodile like some kind of weird... I wait a few minutes for your decision. Frag and her family discussed the options amongst themselves, weighing the pros and cons of each possibility. After a few minutes, they finally come to a decision. We have discussed it, and we have reached a decision. Totodile number 1 has expressed a strong desire to become a Lugia. They will be the one to undergo the transformation. Okay, does she have a name? That will definitely make it easier for the curse to recognize who I want to transform. Frag and I in agreement. Yeah. Totodile number 1 has a name. It is Bree, for short, or Briar, when we use her full name. It would be helpful for the curse to know this when we make the transformation. Okay, I'll do it one at a time. Alright, Bree, just step forward so you don't accidentally hurt your family during your transformation, because you will get pretty big. Bree nods and steps forward, positioning herself in an open area so that she has room for the transformation. Okay, Curse, I demand you to turn Bree into a Lugia. The Curse responds to your command, and Bree's body glows with a soft light as she begins to transform. As that process continues, she gradually gets larger and more powerful, transforming from a small Totodile into a majestic and imposing Lugia, her body towering several times her former size. There you go, Bree. You're now a Lugia. Bree, now transformed as a Lugia, looks down at herself in awe and amazement. Her eyes widen in wonder as she takes in her new form, her wings stretching out wide and her body filling with power and strength. She lets out a soft, beautiful cry of amazement, clearly enjoying her new transformation. You look amazing. Bree, now in her Lugia form, turns her head towards me and nods in agreement, her eyes gleaming with joy and excitement. She spreads her wings wide and takes a few graceful steps forward, testing out her new body and marveling at her incredible size and power. Hey, while we do the last transformation, why don't you take a little fly with those wings of yours? Don't go too far from your house, and that's only make your family worried, but that way I can also have enough room to do the last one with the dinosaur. Bree, now Lugia, nods in agreement, her eyes filled with excitement at the prospect of flying with her new wings. She takes a running start, her powerful wings flapping as she leaps into the air to lift herself off the ground. She soars high into the sky, her wings beating gracefully as she glides through the air, her body filled with a sense of joy and exhilaration at the experience of flying. She circles back around, eventually returning to hover above you, ready to watch and participate in the next transformation. Okay, now, which one of you wanted to be the T-Rex? Fragger and her family all look at each other, their expression filled with excitement and anticipation. After a moment of discussion, a brave and enthusiastic Totodile number 3 steps forward. It seems like Totodile number 3 has volunteered to undergo the transformation into a T-Rex. This should be quite the experience for them. Okay, what is her name? Fragger grants her name is Tara, for short, or Terrence in full. She's very brave and enthusiastic about trying out this transformation, so she would make a great T-Rex, I'm sure. Okay, Tara, step forward so you don't accidentally hurt your family from your massive size. Tara nods and steps forward into an open space, positioning herself in preparation for a transformation, her eyes gleaming with excitement and anticipation. Curse, please turn Terrence into a Tyrannosaurus Rex. That would be almost a tongue twister. Terrence into a Tyranna. That would always be a tongue twister. The curse responds to my command. Terra's body begins to glow with a soft light. As the transformation progresses, she gradually grows larger and more powerful, morphing from her small Totodile form into a massive and awe-inspiring T-Rex. The ground shakes as she stands to her full height, her powerful muscles rippling beneath her prehistoric skin. There you go. You're now a Tyrannosaurus Rex, Terrence. Tara, now her T-Rex form, roars loudly, her powerful jaws snapping and her massive tail swishing from side to side. She looks down at herself in awe, marveling at her new size and power, her eyes gleaming with excitement and a hint of ferocity. Just be careful. You don't want to hurt me or your family by mistake, okay? Tara nods in understanding, her massive head moving up and down in a slow and deliberate motion. Although her T-Rex form is imposing and powerful, she is aware of her strength and size, and she is careful to avoid accidentally injuring you or her family. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm still vulnerable like this anyway. How about I let you stay like that until I can be fully healed? Tara appears to understand your words and nods again, signaling her agreement to stay in her T-Rex form for the time being. She remains steady, towering over you, her massive frame looming large, her eyes watchful and alert. Just please be mindful of where you stand. Walk, because you can accidentally hurt us. That might be able to help your family. That might be able to help your family protect me and themselves at least until I can transform again. Tara continues to nod, showing that she understands your request and will be mindful of her size and strength. Her eyes flick towards her family members and back to you, understanding her role in helping protect you until you can transform again. She moves a few steps away from you and her family members, positioning herself carefully so that she doesn't accidentally cause any harm. You don't have to worry about Bree or Terrence becoming aggressive. They will never hurt you. They're going to protect you and me, so don't worry about it. Tara nods once more, her massive head moving slowly as a gesture of reassurance. She appears to understand your words, and though her T-Rex form was intimidating, she has a sense of kindness and protectiveness in her eyes. She seems determined to protect you and the rest of her family, using her newfound size and power to ensure your safety. Bree, also, remember to be careful in your Lugia form. Oh yeah, that's it. Bree, still standing nearby in her Lugia form, nods in agreement. She lets out a soft, soothing cry, her eyes sparkling with reassurance. Though she is now much larger and more powerful than before, she still carries that same sense of kindness and protectiveness that you saw in her previous form, and she will be careful to use her new abilities wisely and with care. That's really cool. Let's see. By the way, again, I want to thank you and your family for being so kind to me. Period. There we go. Ooh. Okay, what we got? Ah, hey, even Tara's nodding. She's a. Tara looks down at you and nods, her massive head moving slowly in acknowledgement and gratitude. Despite her first T-Rex form, her eyes gleam with a sense of warmth and understanding, as though she knows the genuine appreciation you feel towards her and her family for their kindness. Bree lets out a soft cry of agreement, her wings beating softly in the air as if expressing her own thanks. I don't know what is wrong with people, but I know a lot of people try to attack me. And that's why I'm also asking y'all to stay in that forums. I have been Pokemon before, and about been captured. I've also been a tiny dinosaur before. And people, when they try petting me, are very rough and aggressive. How does that? Tara growls as she hears about the mistreatment you've experienced from people, her eyes flashing with anger and protectiveness. She seems particularly sensitive to the idea of you being treated roughly or aggressive, as though she wants to protect you from enduring any further harm. Oh, wow. Bree, too, expresses a sense of concern and sadness, her wings ruffling so as she lets out a soft cry, as if expressing her own desire to keep you safe and protect you from harm. Before I could say anything else, something appears in the sky that looks like a Charizard. And there's a kid riding on it. Then he takes a Pokeball. It doesn't it never is the word Pokeball, right? I said Poka, like an idiot. And tries to hit my tiny. Oh my gosh, what the frick? Tara's eyes narrow as the Charizard appears in the sky, her protective instincts immediately kicking in. She roars wildly, her massive body tensing in anger and concern, her gaze locked on the kid and the Pokeball they're holding. Bree, too, reacts quickly, her wings beating powerfully as she takes to the air, ready to defend you and her family as needed. Oh no. Let me guess. Somebody trying to capture me again. And I can't even do anything to stop it. Because I'm still injured. Tara and Bree both grow in anger and frustration. Their bodies are tensing as they watch the kid on the Charizard prepare to throw the Pokeball. They seem to understand the situation and are furious about the attempt to capture you without your consent or ability to defend yourself. Tara takes a step forward, her massive body poised to defend you, while Bree stretches her wings wide, her eyes fixate on the Charizard and its rider, ready to intervene if necessary. Then we hear the kid say, "This is what you get for getting your Pokemon to hurt my dad." What the frick? Terry and Bree both pause for a moment, listening to the kid's words. Seems surprised and confused by the. Uh, wait, wait. Confused by okay, but also concerned and angry at the same time. Terry growls deep with her eyes narrowing as she looks up at the Charizard and its rider, her protective instincts flaring up even more at the idea of being blamed for something they didn't do. Bree, too, appears conflicted and a bit disheartened, her wings fluttering nervously as she tries to make sense of the situation and respond appropriately. The kid looks at me and points and then says, "You, your stupid Pokemon." Oh my gosh. Caused my dad pain. And you're going to pay for that when I capture you in this Pokeball. Oh no, not again. Turnberry both hiss in anger at the kid's accusation, their eyes glowing with a mixture of anger and confusion. Terra growls wildly, her massive body tense with frustration, while Blee flaps her wings and lets out a fierce cry, her own agitation visible. Terra steps forward, her massive form towering over them, while Bree flies a bit closer to Charles, her wings beating powerfully. They both seem determined to defend you and protect you from the unfair accusation and the threat of capture. Please, don't listen to that kid. The only reason my Pokemon went after him is because he was trying to attack me and take me away when I was stuck as this tiny Pokemon. I didn't do anything but defend myself. Karen and Bree both pause, listening carefully to my words. They seem to process your explanation, their expressions softening slightly as they consider your point of view. Tara lowers her massive head, her eyes meeting yours as if trying to assess your sincerity and the truth of your statement. Bree too hovers closer, her wings flapping gently as if willing to listen and understand your side of the story before taking any further action. Besides, the Pokemon that were helping me, especially my Pokemon, was extremely overprotective. He wanted to defend me any chance he could, and he did. I leave it like that. Terry and Reed both nods of acknowledging the repetitiveness and loyalty of your Pokemon. Their agents are becoming more sympathetic. They seem to understand the instinctual drive for Poland to defend those they care about, even in the face of danger or perceived threats. Terra growls softly, her massive head lowering further as if signaling her willingness to hear more of your story and to understand the situation fully. Bree too lands solid beside Terra, her wings folding gently, a look of concern and sympathy in her eyes as she waits to hear more. I don't remember how I actually got turned out tiny dinosaur anyway. In fact, the man kept throwing rocks at me when I was a. And eventually I felt something big hit me, and it turned me into this tiny. Stop! Plus, he got one of his Pokemon to bite me and hurt me even further. Turnberry growled in anger and disbelief as they listened to my account. Their expressions growing more fierce as they take in the details of my story. Tara's eyes narrow and her head lowers further as if struggling to contain her anger and outrage at the man's actions. Bree too flaps her wings and lets out a series of soft yet angry cries, her own expression mirroring Tara's rage and disbelief at the man's cruelty towards you. I promise everything I've said is true. Period. I can't even rest with all these people trying to get me. Me. Terribly paused, listening to my promise and the earnestness of my words. They seem to take your sincerity seriously. Their expressions becoming more sympathetic and understanding. Tara's massive form lowers a bit further, eyes scanning you with a mixture of concern and protectiveness. As wanting to believe you, but also needing to be certain. Bree too lands beside Tara, her wings folding gently, her eyes still fixated on you, just searching for any sign of deception or falsehood, also hoping to believe your words. Please. I know we haven't known each other for that long, but I care about your species. And I would never lie to you. If I didn't care, I would not have helped your brother earlier. That's how much I care about your species. I see. Tara and Bree both listen intently to my words, their expressions softening even further. They seem to be touched by your desire of caring and your efforts to help their brother earlier. Tara lowers her head even further, her massive form coming close to the ground as she positions herself near you. Her eyes gentle and sincere as if willing to trust and believe you despite only having known each other for a short time. Bree too moves closer, her wings folding around you protectively, a soft croon escaping her beak, as if grateful for your support and kindness towards their family. Okay, that's cute as heck. I love them. The kid on the Charizard, for some reason, just noticed the Tyrannosaurus Rex, and he said, "Wait, you have a dinosaur protecting you? That's not fair." Believe it, ball. Rexy wasn't aggressive. I'd have him too. Terry growls and irritably, her massive head lifting to stare at the kid on the Charizard. Her eyes narrow and her body tenses as she hears his remark about having a dinosaur protecting you. Bree hisses softly, her wings fluttering with annoyance. She seems agitated by the kid's words as though finding them both ignorant and frustrating. The kid grabs something out of his backpack and threw it at me. Mm-mm. Terrence and Bree both react quickly, their protective instincts kicking in as soon as they see the kid grabbing something from his backpack. Tara lets out a loud, intimidating roar, her massive body tensing as she readies herself to defend you. Bree too spreads her wings and takes flight, her eyes locked on the kid and the object she's holding, her whole body poised for action, ready to intercept and defend you at all costs. Before I could say anything, Sapphire, the 350-foot tall show back up with and teleport next to me to make sure I'm okay. Oh dear. Terry and Bree are both stunned speechless. Sapphire appears in their hyperized form, towering over them with a majestic presence. The hare cranes their long neck to look up at Sapphire, eyes wide with awe and surprise. Red's eyes soft, the leg crowd, her wings fluttering with excitement. She takes in the sheer size and magnificence of Sapphire's hyperized form. Move watches Sapphire approaches you and Carnal, their protective instincts kicking in again, but this time it ends with a hand of relief and gratitude at Sapphire's return. Sapphire, you're back. I'm glad you're okay. I love you. Sapphire does soft affection and coo in response to my greeting. Her great gaze on you filled with love and affection. Her eyes had the lures of bare eyes glistening with tenderness and relief as if grateful to see you unharmed and unsafe. Terra and Bree too watched the exchange quietly, their expressions softening even further as they witnessed the love and connection between you and Sapphire. Hey, Sapphire, I can't get healed or rest because there's a kid up there on a Charizard. Can you please get rid of him? Uh-oh. Sapphire nodded, understanding. Her eyes would say on the Charizard are up in the sky where the kid and his opponent are hovering. She seems to understand the urgency in your words and realizes the need to protect you from further harm or interference. Without hesitation, Sapphire takes off into the air, her massive wings beating powerfully as she rises up towards the Charizard. Determination and protectiveness etched across her features. Wow. The kid and his Charizard look over and notice the sheer size of the Pokemon. And the Charizard immediately started shaking. Oh dear. The kid and the Charizard reacting to the Sapphire's sheer size and imposing figure are immediate and visible. Charizard lets out a fearful, almost whimpering cry, clearly intimidated by Sapphire's size and the power she emanates. Keelan's back seems to freeze, his eyes wide with awe and surprise at the sight of the massive hyper towering above them. I speak through to Sapphire through telekinesis. Wait a minute. My mind and tell him to show that annoying kid your power. And please turn into a dragon. Oh, this is gonna be flipping good. Sapphire listens carefully to my mental message, her eyes narrowing with determination. She understands your request and prepares to demonstrate her power to the annoying kidness Charizard. With a single mental command, Sapphire begins to transform her body, contorting and shooting as she morphs into a magnificent dragon form. Wow. Beautiful job, Sapphire. I love you. Thank you for trying to protect me again. Sapphire lets out a soft, affectionate coo in response to my praise, her eyes locking onto yours filled with love and affection. She seems to relish your words, relishing the feeling of being able to protect and care for you. Her massive dragon horn looms above you, powerful and awe-inspiring, yet still retaining a sense of gentleness and devotion towards you. Even her dragon form, Sapphire's love and protectiveness are evident as she hovers near you and keeps a watchful eye on the kid and the Charizard up in the sky. Wow. Curse. I demand you hypnotize that Charizard. And make him not obedient to the kid anymore. If this works, I'm gonna go nuts. Huh? Who's Curse? As a Curse, Curse hears my command. What's up with the Charizard? Her red eyes glowing with her hypnotic powers. Who the frick? With a single mental command, Curse puts her gaze on the Charizard, detecting her hypnotic powers towards it. All her eyes take on a dull, glossy look as Curse, as his hypnotic takes hold. The bond between the Charizard and the kid weakens. The horn beginning to shake off the kid's commands and control. What is the Curse like a physical Pokemon now? What the frick? What is he, a Lugia? Is it Red Eyes? Totodile? Is it a Feraligatr, like a dark looking Feraligatr? That'd become amazing. Okay, Sapphire. That Charizard won't listen to him. You can deal with that kid even easier now. Oh, this is gonna be so good. Sapphire nods, understanding her massive dragon form, tense and ready for action. She seems to understand that the Charizard is no longer an issue and turns her attention towards the kid, who now appears a bit more vulnerable without the support of his powerful Pokemon. With a low, ominous growl, Sapphire begins to advance on the kid, her large form moving with lethal grace and purpose. The kid starts to panic and says, "Come on, you stupid Charizard. Listen to me already, you idiot." Oh no. Charizard continues to ignore the kid's commands, shaking its head and refusing to obey. The kid's panic grows more intense as he realizes he has lost control over his powerful Pokemon. He calls out to the Charizard, pleading and demanding that it listens to him, but the Charizard simply ignores him, its eyes still dazed and dull from Curtis's hypnosis. Hey, Charizard, throw that kid off your back. And use Dragon Claw on him. Dragon Cola? What the frick is Dragon Cola? There is no way. Oh my gosh, the Charizard's listening to me thanks to the curse. That Charizard's under a hypnotic trance and he's flat disobeying the kid and listening to me. This is the ultimate karma. The Charizard, still under the influence of Curse's hypnosis, hears your command and immediately follows your order. With a powerful flop of its wings, the Charizard bucks the kid off its back, sending him tumbling to the ground. Kid lands with a thud, looking dazed and disoriented from the fall. Charizard, obeying your command, then lunges towards the kid with its claws extended, preparing to strike him with its powerful Dragon Claw attack. Are you serious? A few seconds later, let's see. The Charizard's claws connect with the kid, dealing a painful blow and knocking him to the ground. The kid cries out in pain and surprise, clutching his injured side as he struggles to get back up. Meanwhile, Charizard stands at the ready, awaiting any further commands. Great job, Charizard! Exclamation point. Make sure he apologizes for doing this to me and for what his dad was doing to me. And if he doesn't, he can use flamethrower. Oh my god. However, wishes like a man moves towards the kid's eyes fixated on him with intimidating determination. The kid looks up at the Charizard, his expression admits of pain and fear as he looks at the powerful one towering over him. Charizard demands that the kid apologize for his actions and for what his dad did to you. Kid looks up at the Charizard, clearly intimidated, and stutters out a weak and fearful apology. Hey, kid, your dad tried to capture me. And then you try hurting me too? You have got 5 seconds to get out of here. Or I will let Charizard go crazy with those flamethrowers. Let Charizard. I said let. Let. Hey, what the freak? Why does it never get the word wet? Go crazy with those flamethrowers. Flamethrowers! Flamethrowers! He looks at you, fear and trepidation in his eyes as he listens to an ultimatum. Jordan stands over him, its body tense and ready to attack if instructed. Kid swallows hard his eyes and fleeing with him. The Charger him back to me. Okay, okay, I'll go. I was shaking with fear. Just don't let Charger attack me. Leave. Only if you leave. Get out of here. Kid nods around, still terrified of Charger and its power. He shakes his head and begins to back away slowly, keeping him. I'm going, I'm going. His voice trembling. Just don't let Charger attack me. I promise I'll leave. Good job, Charizard. Exclamation point. Okay. Curse, you can release him from that hypnotic spell. Hurt with Ring Man, forces the gate on the Charizard Raspberry. So the Charizard begins to shake off the hypnotic spell. Its eyes return to normal and the gaze look fading from its features. It looks up at you, its gaze now clear from under Curse's control. Hey, Charizard. Please don't attack me. I'm in pain as it is. I'm trying to rest here. That kid you were riding on was a terrible trainer. Oh, so we already had it backwards. The kid you were riding on, that was riding on the, that was riding. There we go. So was it you? Its eyes soften as it takes in your words. It seems to understand that you are not in a threat and that the kid was the one in the wrong. Charizard nods its head in agreement, signaling that it has no intention of attacking you. It seems to recognize that you are injured and in need of rest and care. I'll be darned, Charizard. Hey, if you want to be free, you can. Or if you want to, you can come with me. I won't hurt you, and I'll treat you nicely and give you food and fun. Let's see. Cora gazes at you for a moment, its eyes flickering with thoughtfulness and understanding. It seems to consider your offer, weighing the benefits of joining you and being treated with well versus remaining with a trainer who caused them harm and pain. After a moment, the Charizard nods its head again, signaling that it wants to be free and join you. Wow. Okay. You can come down and rest too. If that kid shows back up looking for you, just remember how he used to treat you and don't listen to him. Especially if he tells you to attack me. Jordan nodded his head once more, signaling that it would not listen to the kid's commands or attack you if he tries to regain control. With a graceful swoop, the charger descends from the sky and lands gently next to you, its massive body settling down on the ground. Its eyes gaze at you with trust and loyalty, signaling that it has faith in you and your kindness. Hey, it's not even my Pokemon, it likes me. Well, I guess he is now. Hey, by the way, Sapphire, what did you do with that? I don't know. Where did that joined me earlier go? Seven Hypertone listens to my question and looks around for a moment. She seems to be searching for the chronon that had joined you earlier. Then he what's a so on her head, she motions towards a nearby bush where the chronon has been hiding, watching quietly. Hey, don't be scared now. Remember, your trainer was terrible, and I will always be with you. I love you. Chronon, hearing your words and seeing your concern, slowly emerges from the bush, its eyes looking up at you, cautious and a bit scared, but also filled with hope and longing for a better future. The city steps closer to me, watching you until as though trying to decide whether to trust you or not. Come on, buddy. On, buddy. Even if I wanted to hurt you, I couldn't. I couldn't. I'm too small and helpless right now. I promise I wouldn't hurt you. There you go. I'm trying to think. Okay. Connor seems to understand your words and seems to relax a bit upon hearing your promise. Its body language softens and its defensive stance eases slightly. It does tend to step closer to me, its eyes still watchful and guarded, but its expression a little less fearful and more open. Come on. I know. You remember me, buddy? Remember? You bit me earlier when I was hurt, and after I told you I would treat you better, you decided to join me, and you were even protecting me. Hanan Attack confirming that it remembers you and your earlier encounter. Expression softens further as you mentioned its decision to join you and protect you. Then I step closer, now only a few feet away from you, its body language becoming more relaxed and trusting. By the way, the way. Thank you, Bree. And thank you, Terrence. You two really helped me. And I care about you and your family. Returns who have been listening quietly nearby both woke up but used their names as expression of gratitude. They both nod their minds of acknowledgement and appreciation. Bree was a soft, affectionate croon, her eyes filled with loyalty and dedication. Terrence, her gaze would say on you with warmth and affection. Do you want to stay as the Lugia and the Tyrannosaurus? What? The Lugia and the Tyrannosaurus? Or do you want me to turn you back to normal? Bree and Terrence. Bree and Terrence exchanged glances and communicating silently between themselves. They seemed to have a moment of silence. Then ours was her. After a few moments, Bree turns her neck to look at you and lets out a low growl, signaling she would like to return to her normal form. Okay, Curse, please turn back to her normal. I've been watching quietly and everybody nods at my command. With a flicker of her red eye, she rolls her hypnotic power and aiming to bring her back to her normal form. Slowly, Bree's body begins to transform her Yugia from shrinking and shifting, twisting and contorting until it takes on the familiar shape of a Totodile. There you go. Period. What about you, Terrence? Hands watching while Esbury transforms back to her normal form and turns to you and as they address. He croons softly, signaling that he too would like to return to his normal crocodile form. Oh, okay. Wait, wasn't she a girl too? Whatever. As long as I get everything perfectly, I remember everything perfectly. Unfortunately, I would love to find AI that would do that. The closest I could ever get was a mochi. Oh boy, what have we been? Oh, mother